The upcoming summit of the International Group of Seven, or G7, in Hiroshima, Japan, will pay serious attention on the Russian invasion on Ukraine, increased tension in Asia, and threats of global financial crisis.
The G7 attention of the war in Europe came a few days after a series of visits by Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to a number of G7 countries. The G7 leaders are also anticipating a fresh conflict in Asia following the deteriorating relations with China. They have become concerned with Beijing's assertiveness and fear of China's attempt to take over Taipei with force. Japanese Prime Minister meanwhile expects that the G7 leaders will highlight the risk of nuclear proliferation during the summit in Hiroshima, the city suffering from the first atomic bombing effect of the World War II. Prospect of nuclear attack has been displayed by North Korea through its nuclear program, by Russia's threat of use of nuclear weapons in the Ukrainian war, and China's rapid nuclear armament expansion. Fears of the diminishing global economic strength, price increases, and the debt limit crisis in the United States will also be the focus of discussion of the G7 leaders. They will also discuss measures to resolve the increased inflation, to improve the financial system, and to help countries loaded with huge debts. Besides, the G7 will also pay more attention on the needs of the Global South. The term refers to developing countries in Africa, Asia, and Latin America. The G7 has also invited non-member countries as invitees. This year's summit will also see Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi in attendance, as India sits as the 2023 presidency and host of this year's summit of the world's 20 largest economies, or G20. By expanding the discussions into countries outside the G7, the group of the world's largest industrial countries expects to increase political and economic relations with the rest of the world.